But it's the same. I understand Donald Trump. It's the same bullshit here in the house I live. It's like, okay, yeah, bye. I am. It's not that you are tired of the shit, but it's expression. It's a scatological expression. Like, yeah, okay, say whatever you want, cry everything you like, separate me from the do whatever fucking you want. Fuck it for yourself. Also, like, I don't care about you and your existence anymore. You have made too many mistakes. You have been like this stupid presentator too many times. You have been like the stupid guy in the river too many times. You have been the stupid version of yourself too many times that literally there is nothing more of you that I can rescue. Sure, thank you. You're a human. Yes, me too. Wow. But all the time you dare yourself to be relating with me in all this fucking fantasy narrative, you have already expended, and that is a mistake from your part, and you are not have not the courage to accept it. That is the reality. Because it's like the mom, no? She make a lot of interference into personal space and privacy to my persona. A lot of even once she cut my individual freedom, she closed myself outside the house, telling me that I need to learn something. Everything just because before in the beginning here in this house, supposedly everybody will do a task, and that's all. The task will be done during the day. There was no specific hour to do the task, and the person doing the task will be the person that will do the task, and period. The mom start complaining because he was telling you outside is so just the fucking necessity to repeat again and to give yourself a character into a place because you are empty. Today is the time to clean the floor. We all know there is no necessity. You need to open your mouth. And now today is Elias. We all know there is no necessity. You open your mouth. Okay. Nobody obviously there in the table says those things. We just are hearing her fucking actress manifestation, role-playing manifestation. And I take the day to do other things, and sure, at night maybe I do it. Maybe I wait for the next day. It's irrelevant. It's just a floor with some particles. That is irrelevant that gets cleaned or not. It just happened 4 hours. You didn't listen to me. Why? What happened? You have forget it. Why is not clean the floor? So stupid, no? And same with some windows, open and closing the windows, no? Because Germany is winter and poor people, no, they are dying of cold. Sometime I left open a window. I was cooking, and just because I let open the window, she went and she take down the cooking process in the kitchen. So just because she went out and disturbed just because it's my house. Oh, it's my house. So small is your so big is your stupidity, so small is your ego. That is a relation in psychological frame of reading this. It's a bi-action, it's a relation always exists. When you see this, okay. She turned off the oven, the kitchen. You need to do this because it's your responsibility. Nobody else will do it for you. It's like, it's a window. How many times I have cleaned your fucking dish? How many times I have cleaned the dishes of other people that have eaten and have not cleaned it? Do I need to incarnate myself and to pretend to be the orderer of the place and the moral, ethical conductor of the actions of the others? And it's just about a plate. So you really have mental problems. You can see the window and close it. You will not be better person. I will not be worse person. Nothing will change. That's what is prepotence, egocentrism, idolatry. Basically, it's just stupidity, idiotism. And in that moment, I was like, Carolina, what the fuck with your mom? She's getting crazy. Control her. And I just took a little bit of space in the balcony that is there in the back part of this room. And she closed the door. No, you will stay here. You need to learn. And I say, and the fucking person here, she did not stand up to tell the mom, what the fuck are you doing? You should not do this. You are preventing a person from its individual freedom. But the daughter is same as stupid as the mom. She was just there as a spectator, and then she wants to be called the partner. So like she has no clue what a partnership means. No? And then I start knocking, like, open this fucking door. No? Then I just clarify, you are nobody to be trying to teach nothing to anybody. And I push the door and I just pass and keep cooking again. No? The person deserves really, I mean, I still didn't want to leave this place. I don't want to leave this place in the sense, now it's because of the baby. You know? Before was because supposedly this person here living that invited me to live with her was was worth it somehow, some way to do it so, but no, zero, no, literally, piece of shit. In that sense. Obviously, it's in that sense. Everything has a context. It's not like piece of shit, idiot, for everything you do, not necessarily. Sometimes it is like that. But into that context, no, zero value. But they never say, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I make a mistake. I will not do it again. I act in this wrong perception. And the last thing, because one day, naturally, you start interacting with a person, they start pretending, they start falling into their mind collapse. It's already like this always with anybody. It's not even personal to me. It's like, okay, you're a sick person. I am like your psychiatrist. I will not play the psychiatrist, but according to you, like you're sick in your mind, you're an ill person in your mind. I am like your psychiatrist. I will just treat you, but in my personal individual freedom, of course. That is not to play psychiatrist, just to place you a barrier like a dog to you don't cross it. Because that's what you are being. You are being a dog when you are doing these things. And when the baby born, the babies cry. Sometimes you hold them, you care of them, everything you can. You try to do with them everything you mind, and they keep crying. There is no difference if that you're holding it or not holding it. The baby just crying is having a regressive psychosomatic response to the time it born. Is just having a issue. Maybe it's digesting something that was not nice. Can be anything. It's a baby. Meanwhile, they have no fever. Meanwhile, they have no strange fluids. Meanwhile, there is nothing in their skin. There is nothing you can really do. So one time the baby started crying, and I was playing the guitar aside the baby, watching something in the TV. I mean, in the computer. And I took like 2-3 minutes and let the baby cry for some 1 not more than 1.5 minutes. So the video was there. The time clock is not like, oh, my mind is delusional. Okay, you want to frame me like a person that does not know what is doing in the world because have not followed the same pathway that you follow that you think is correct. Because that person is crazy. Like one day we were in the table and I was speaking English and no, I want to understand. Here in this table, you need to speak German. If not, you don't speak. Like the same idiot as in the lake. Fortunately, the husband is the only guy that is more reasonable because he's a physician also, as I have said in other parts of the video. And they were like, what the fuck is happening? No, like, no, that doesn't go. Shut the fuck your mouth. No, I don't feel comfortable. So the baby start crying. So that person projects in you anything that she's imagining. No? She one day told me, no, you are just here playing a role. You are not here to live here. You come here with some hidden intention that you are not showing to us, and everything should have a role. I did a role. So she's totally traumatized by the things she have need to do in her life. She did not even understand it. She just did it because she felt obligated to do it. So she's not happy by it. She have lived all her life stressed and traumatized and in sufferment. Actually, one day I asked her, okay, how you manage all the acids in your stomach? And she was like, and what you do with yours? I said, I don't have acids in my stomach because I'm not a fucking idiot like you. Eh, I just make the face now. But then they say, I'm sorry. Also, oh, you're offending me. Oh, you're in my home. No, fuck yourself. You are offending all of us by being that stupid person that you are being. That is the reality. No. Okay. They don't see the reality. So that was the last thing with the baby, and then she was like, "Oh, the baby's crying." So all traumatized people, victimized people, like these people, is like that. They just hear somebody speaking out loud, stronger, faster, and they think there is a fucking catastrophe. They relate everything with sufferment, confrontation, conflict. If it's not happening, the scenario around them, in the way they learn. So what is the way they learn? It's like a football player. I play football, meanwhile I am all sweat. I am in the cardio rate 160, 140, 120 beats per minute. And when I'm not playing football, my heart is in 100 or 98 beats per minute, and I am not sweating anymore. And that is when I'm not playing football. No, so when I'm not playing football, it's this condition, and when I'm playing football, it's this condition. No? And that's how it looks my body, and that's how it looks my body when I'm not playing football. And so it's the same with them. No? They just learned that when they are not in danger by themselves, or when they are not in a confrontation by themselves, not because there is a confrontation even, no? But by themselves according to their perspective. No? There is some particular elements that appear, and when those elements are not there, then they are okay. Because of what the elements were missing when they saw that they were okay, the phenomena that happened to them that traumatized them in that way. So that happens a lot of mothers I've seen here around. That's an issue literally in society, that mothers have no awareness of psychology, of psychiatry, or pediatry before they get fucked with a guy and have a children. So they don't know how to read the responses, biological responses of the baby. They don't know how to treat when they are crying. They don't know what the baby is talking to them, when it's making signs, when it's moving the head, when it wants to walk. Nothing. They just respond in the same ignorant narrative that they learn from their fathers and grandmothers. So you think like a baby when it's crying is suffering an emotion, and you are like, oh, poor baby, and shit. That is you in your mind, and you will be crying because you're a stupid guy or person, and you fail too much in life that you need to be crying because you are pity of yourself. You will want a person that tells you that you are great and everything will be okay and shit. Not a baby. A baby, because he's crying, is because once hit or once not hit, it's something physical, it's something environmental. It's about the milk, it's about drinking water, it's about playing with an object, it's about stretching its body, it's about having a massage, it's about feeling movement. It's not about you start talking to the baby like if he's a grown-up adult that can understand what you're talking. The same, no? Like there is well, because this gets expressed in many other situations. There was, once I was in a bakery here, and there was a girl just playing with all the people around, like any baby girl will do it, expressing herself freely, not thinking that she'll scream or not scream in a place. And the mom, oh, don't scream, don't do it, ah! Like it will be judged a baby for doing that. No? Like let her express herself. She's not even mature enough to understand there is social conducts. What the fuck are you doing? You know, it's like you are placing your ego over the quality of development of the brain of a human being. Just because you don't want to see like a mom that was not able to control a baby. A mom is not there to control a baby. Don't be stupid. A mom is there to nourish a baby, to understand the baby, to talk with the baby, to protect the baby, not to control it. It's a baby. And then you have all these stupid mothers there, like talking with the baby like it will be his friend. Like when they talk to a dog, like if he's a human. Maybe they are doing something else symbolically according to society. They are on the communication they have between themselves and shit. But the point is that they are using a baby to do that. Talk to a pen, talk to a piece of paper, talk to the wall, talk to the sky, do whatever, but don't use a human being for your stupidity. No, it's like talking to the baby, so the baby learns. The baby still have not even the fucking brain developed to learn language. Don't be an idiot. Stop lying. Or learn. If not, just face the reality that you're not prepared to be a mother, even you accept to have a baby. No. In this, you are incompetent, you're a waste, you're a failure, you should not do it, you have made a mistake. The first language is moving language, like literally, physically. The baby should not even hear voices and shit. No. Till the moment she start making sounds, you start reproducing the sounds he's making, like a mirror effect, and then from there you start constructing more complex linguistical structural objects to the baby to keep advancing through you. But you need to wait till that happens by nature with the baby. It's better that in the beginning you have there the person, the idiots, no? Come! I'm telling you, come now! Because that should look good in front of everybody else. Like, you want to teach this person to be healthy in their mind. You need to do everything slow, step by step, with care, with love, with patience. That's what the baby will learn, actually, biologically speaking, not this conceptual love, peace, and morality. No. Rooted in the behavior of its own body through learning it pragmatically. Peace is not just to don't be well, in their culture is to don't be screaming into a public space. To be in peace is literally a physical movement of your brain. Like literally, is to do the things peacefully. in the physical meaning of it. So if you do everything fast, if you are talking to the baby, things the baby cannot process, you're just wasting your time. You're oversaturating the context the baby has for perception. And you are not using the context that through the baby can perceive to fulfill it with something that the baby can process and is useful for him to process, and through which it will learn faster to process other things. Simple as that. So at the end, after the person wanted to interrupt there when I was with the baby because he's crying, oh, he's suffering. I explained them before. The doctor knows the same. No, that is normal. You cannot think that a baby is suffering because he's crying. That is your narrative. That is your mental projection. That is another circumstance that proves everything that Elias talks in his videos of the mechanized mental projector zombies that exist in this society, that are sick in their mind. No, all good, go away, I don't need you, thank you. And the person goes away. But I let the baby keep crying a little bit more, 30 seconds more, something like that. Because at the end, I mean, I am the care person of the baby. I have been with the baby in any possible situation. The baby have keep crying, meanwhile you care of him. The baby have even sometimes stop and being quiet. If you don't care of him, I prove that it's not my fastness of response that will change if the baby stops crying or not. In that step of evolution of the baby, that was really when it was really very small, like it was born from some months. The fastness of your response gets more relevant when the baby starts recognizing patterns around him, symbols. Before, no. And then the person came again. Oh, in my house, no, I will not allow this in my house. Allow what? What are you thinking? What is your narrative? What the fuck are you in your fantasies? No. No, in my house, no. You need to go away. And that's the only thing they want, no? At the end, that is their subconscious mind. I don't trust you, and I am afraid of you. You don't do the same as I did when I was young, so this is wrong. Because that is the conflict of this person, and it's the conflict with many people around here, of course. They cannot just bear it. They feel diminished, they feel overcome, they feel not valued, they feel that their life has just been a fantasy. Yes, in most of the cases that have been the reality. So I say literally, you are okay. So why you need to take the baby and go out to the streets? It's because you are a fucking idiot. Just because you say this is your house, prove you that you have $2-3 millions in the bank. This house costs 1.5 millions of euros and shit. And you're a fucking idiot. So you come to really with this realization that you supposedly are of a country that is developed and you are educated and all this bullshit, and you are a fucking piece of shit. Like literally. And I tell the doctor, literally, I tell, what the fuck with this person you call your wife? Like literally, what the fuck? Why you even are still with this person? So what is wrong with you? With the quantity of money you have, any guy will be in any part of the world, fucking the most young girls he could get, having 3 to 5 wives that he has fun with. What the fuck are you doing with this fucking idiot? Because the guy is more like, I was just placing that as a joke metaphor. It's not like he need to do that. No, like you can have a better partner. What the fuck are you wasting your time with this fucking sick person? No? What is your conflict? What is your emotional trauma? What you did in your life to we needed to keep being with this person? Because the guy also is a guy that he was not rich all his life. I mean, rich in this middle class level. No? With assets in the bank, with assets in the brokers, with the houses, 3 houses and shit. Nothing new. Most of people here, that is normal. It's Bayern. That is not like you are telling information that is private and nobody can know. Everybody can know this information. With everybody can know his name. He's a public practitioner. Everything. So the guy built it all from zero. He was a post-war boy, and their family had nothing. And great for you. He knows what it really is to live life, and not just that, to adapt to a society that is stupid and sick, and be profitable through it, and everything. For example, that I didn't want to do. Well, not yet. I mean, I have the other logic, no, the quantum logic of economics, that economics is not just monetary material accumulation. No? I tell so there is people that literally in Mexico and Colombia, and so they will kill for living like you're living. And you showed me that you cannot be better person than them, and there is even people that they will never have what you have, and they are more happier than you. So disappointment. So everybody get there together to talk about the tema, and the person start lying. No, you left the baby 15 minutes there crying. No, you left the baby 18 minutes there crying. Because every time I was showing the reality, step by step, a scenario through a scenario, cause and effect, and she was always caught as a liar. And she even lied when she was being caught as a liar. There was like she was so stressed all the time. From that point, I tell you, you never fucking talk with me anymore. Go away from me. I will never talk to you. I will never listen to you. You are nothing for me. Bye. Disappear from my existence. I didn't come here to be with you. As I tell since the beginning, you are not worthy to be with, neither talk to. You have already made a lot of mistakes that you don't even ask forgiveness for it in a social, moral, ethical ways, not because I'm God and you need to be pardoned by me. No, you show that you have some level of consciousness, that you recognize the stupid things you have done, and you will never do them again, because no, even you want to be treated like that. It's just integrity. You have not that value too. Okay, you are a piece of trash for society. That's how they are. But supposedly you did something that affect them. Oh no, you need to ask forgiveness. You need to ask permission. You need to tell me. You need to be honest with me and shit. So, like, are you playing to the monarch or the monarchy or the imperium or so the risk game or some stupidity like that? I was taking you as a child. You want to compete with me, or me? I will not compete with you. You're a waste of time. You should say this in the beginning to make it easier for you and not even come in this place. As I tell them many times, my agreement was with your daughter. Talk with her, not with me. I clarify her how I am, what I do, how I perceive, what I care, what I don't care, what are my values. And she said yes. Did she bring me here as a bomb so it explodes all your fucking stupidity? Ask her. Me, if I will be her and I will have the analytical capacity that I have, I will never bring a person like me to this place. Neither tell him to come here. No. But she didn't. That is the fun. That is the funny part. For me, I don't really care. For me, it's the same. No? Like this level of capacity of analysis that I can have is like, okay, if you're a sick person, you're a sick person. If you're an immature person, you're an immature person. If you want to be a competitor, but you're incapable to really compete in the level that competition should be made, you are just an ignorant. Okay, you're an ignorant. You're a human. Perfect. Welcome. To show some reasoning, you are already beyond all the samsara and all the stupidity of the world. Welcome. One more. Perfect. And that's all. You have something to say? Yes. Please tell it. You have nothing to say? Wonderful. I don't need to be talking to feel perceived. I don't need to be hearing somebody else to feel in a conversation or there is interaction. The interaction is already there of being aware of this. I don't like this. You have compulsion just to precipitate interaction through word to frame characters upon each other and believe they are living something, but there is just a fantasy. It's a holographic fantasy of their minds. Well, okay, that's how they are. They cannot see communication through what the human being represents in its present in this existence, tri-dimensional, four-dimensional existence of space and time. So there was really because I also tried to. There is a guy here, nice guy, in that sense, in what he does and how he's here in the place and in the town, and he just like to chill and be okay and has his business. He's an auto mechanica, and I supposedly they need a person, and at the end supposedly they did not need the person. Doesn't matter, no, that is just a detail. I cannot blame him for that because it's his business. And, socially, it's a little bit of negligence, a little bit, but okay. So everything good. I was some months there with him. I clarify him. I'm not a professional. I have some experience. I know how it works. I don't know every part of every car and every model of every serial model of every year of every car like you are used to because you already have, not because you have a title or nothing, because you have the experience of being doing this without stop. Since I started traveling, I mean, I was traveling, you were doing the same shit every day. No? That's why you are better. That's all. It's great. No, wonderful. Clap, clap, clap. No, but I am not like that. No, be aware. No. Of course, you left me there a car, no matter the fucking car. I will try to find the solution without disturbing the car. Maybe I make a mistake, will not be a big mistake. No, normal. No, like happens, technical jobs. If that's what you want, no, because in that sense also it's like, okay, you know this of me, never left me there with a car to just fix it as whatever I can find out. No? Okay, that is the inception of this level of society. No? But he was really nice all the time, but a great person, and he was very generous and all the good things that at the end are worth it to see in this type of interaction. Even he's not the tema. The point is this fucking same person that was here. The mom of the daughter. He told me I don't need you anymore. I said, don't worry. It was an excellent experience. I think we have fun. No? Your family is excellent. Your mom is great. I call her Oma, the Oma. Every time I see her in the street, is what's up, Oma, like grandmother. No? Like what's up, Opa, because that's how we present each other. No? All good. No? Even it's so, a little bit in these mimics of cultures and plays and games is symbolical. No? Like you're trying to play the mama, opa, like other cultures they do because they really relate like that. They call themselves uncles and cousins, even they are not, and etc. All great. And he finished that relation. And then one day I went with this fucking psychotic person that lives here, the mom. I went to a concert because they are musicians. I mean, technically they are musicians. Spiritually, they are not musicians. They are afraid of public. They are afraid of presenting themselves toward others. They are afraid of what others can tell about them. That's not a musician. Well, okay, they have this connection with that culture. And in the whole way to the car, she just started talking to me that what I have different culture than my family, that is bad, that should not happen, that That's why I have a lot of, she was just assuming that that's why I have problems with them, like if I am the bad person. When actually I can prove, no, I never did nothing with my family. They were the ones, it's not even my family in that sense, no. But in this social construct of artificial tribal structure, okay, so suppose you describe that as your family, you define that as your family. In that sense, same as this stupid idiot, psychotic people that just get confronted by you because you are not like them and you don't want to be like them, and you prove them that being like them is unuseful for what life really means or represents. And you don't even are somebody that are trying to tell them that. Again, they come to you and they ask you questions. They come to talk to. It's like, if I don't talk to you about this, it's because I know how you will be. But if you question me about this and you confront me about this, I will prove you the reality. I will be honest with you. If you, by honesty, you go running like a fucking baby crying because you feel not valued and misunderstood and not appreciated and competed and overcome and not respected and all that fucking stupid narratives of a crying baby, idiot, that is your psychological problem. That has nothing to do with me. They make it about you. That's the point. So that person, same. And that's why also you have problems with me. Also, that a person have never know. They don't know even here in this place. They don't really know between themselves. They don't talk. They don't gather. They don't visit themselves to one house to the other like the Mexicans. Some good part of the Mexican culture in some parts is that they really get to know each other. Like, come to my house and you eat, and now I bring you this food. There is come Christmas, let's do Christmas in my house, in your house, and you live 11 Christmas in 11 different houses. And you eat in every house tamales and meat, and you eat cat. Also, bueno, that is not nice, but so you understand, also, in that sense. And you have 11 bags of candies because in every house they give you one. And from every house you have 5 tamales and you eat them all. Of course, in the next house you always try to eat less and less and less, and at the end you eat in every house. Okay, they don't do that. They don't even know. And she dares to invent the story that because of the way I am, whatever she's fantasizing in that way I am, just imagining her own traumas with her own family conflicts that her own family members had, and thinking that through that she can frame me in a fantasy narrative of her own life when she did not even understand the conflicts that their family had, because she had a brother and other things. The daughter was very close to one of the brothers, and one of the brothers says this person was always a piece of shit. That same as me, there was people that don't wanted to talk with her no more. Okay. Because of the same, of course. No, I was just there like a statue where she's projecting her traumas, and through that I can see the ghost is chasing her. That is the misunderstanding her heart in an origin point of her traumas. It was the same ghost she was projecting upon the people that at the end didn't want to talk to her anymore. And when they did that, she get more traumatized, and then she start fighting with that ghost forever. Sixth dimension. So she started inventing that because of my behavior, at the end I was fighting with the mechanica, and we were arguing, and we have fight conversations when that never happens, of course. Never happened that, literally. She was just inventing, just like, okay, so you are just trying to test me, or like, again, when people fall in this level of stupidity, I prefer to think that they are doing it consciously just to see where it goes. Like, before really I say, okay, you are really sick in your mind. But comes the time when you really say, okay, no matter if you're pretending or not, you are a fucking piece of shit and you are sick in your mind. So that's the point. First, because the first thing you thought when you saw me is that I am the piece of shit and I am sick of my mind without knowing me, just because what others told to you, and you're a fucking robot, mechanized zombie person. You just believe what everybody says just because everybody says, like in the medieval ages, everybody believed the earth is flat, and because everybody believed that, you also say that just because you're a fucking coward and ignorant, not because you have the proof of it. Not because you're educated in anything. That you're really just a failure of mankind, literally. In that point, you're a failure of mankind. That is the most honorable thing you can frame yourself. Okay, you want to be seen as a sick person? Okay, you are a 7-year-old minded child trapped into a 50, 60, 35-year-old body. That exists. That is a condition. You are sick or you're a piece of shit. Choose one. You have no other option. Simple. Better you say you're sick. In the conservative state of mind, that will be better. Of course, they will never choose one or the other. They will always thinking that they were right, and so on. Boring. So she started inventing those things and blah blah blah, and just so you see, no, that it's like okay, and she was lying in front of its own family members, trying to use them to be with her in her fight against her mental projection of her ghost trauma into my persona. That is not even, you are not even fighting with me. You don't even, at the end, you are all wrong about all the narratives you are creating. That is not even me you are talking about. The daughter happened the same. And then you're trying to use your own family to fall into that narrative. Like if you are fighting against socialist propaganda, against capitalist propaganda, or whatever of that fucking stupid narratives you learn on TV. Like literally, this is the TV show novels that you see here in Germany. That's what they educate you for. Like literally, you have no consciousness to be yourself and be intelligent. Don't talk to me anymore. So literally, so you have no the capacity to be human. Don't talk to me. You will fail over and over and over again. It's like even I am protecting you from reality in that sense that you cannot bear, that you cannot carry, that you cannot process, that you cannot be competent with. That is better that you really don't talk to me never in your life, because you are not capable. You will always fall in the same problem. Because you always will see the same symbols, because you will always think that I am in the same scenario, and so on and so on and so on. And you see that like, Germany supposedly is the central point of pedagogy and fucking philosophy and theology, and fucking people, baby boomers are the most stupid idiots you can see in this world. So it navigates through all these scenarios and themas. And at the end, these people is not even mature enough to accept what they have been, or they have pretend to be, what they have assumed that you are, and then start again and say, okay, if I really value, supposedly, that you are here and I am here, and then therefore I will be mature enough to be humble. But they are not. So they are just these robotical persons, minded persons that are there just occupying space. And like I remember a teacher was saying, if you think you already know everything, you are wasting air. Give it to another. I mean, in that sense, in this sense, that the human construction has never a final point. It's always a recursive creation, and therefore nobody knows everything in that sense. You can know everything in the sense how that can evolve, but not the punctual physical nucleus creation of the fact that you will need to wait to see it with time, and always there will be another one, and there will always be another one, etc. All these people that act Like they already know this central point of recursive existence, that they already build a narrative and blah 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 blah. They act like that. That is the point, that is the fundament. Uh, but in the beginning of these videos, where I was telling the central point where it all ends up and the characters, and you can have to frame all these type of behaviors and what allows you to see and how you can control them, manage them, and so on. And it took to navigate also that at the end is like, that is the okay, that is the understanding, that is the knowledge, that is the technique, that is the method. Where it's are their application, but that here is a little bit of everything I'm recording. You too can see the applications of it. Aside all the other things I've been showing in the other videos. Through real experiences, through real pragmatical experiences that are not personal, actually, to be, no, they are even artificial constructs. There is not even something that is alive. But most of people is too much in this matrix of, okay, you have a face, you have a body, oh, I need to take care of you as I will care of something that also has eyes and body. Not necessarily, depends. Are you alive? Or are you just a mechanized robot in this ontological failure experience? So yes, you can watch a lot of media and say, okay, this is your mistake, this is what you did wrong, this is false, this is that, this is blah, this, okay, look like this and these people. And at the end, you can even find connections between the tendencies that different the levels of society are taking. And also, therefore, you can understand, as I said before, all the people that is beyond it. Because usually, like in times of Hitler or before in the medieval times, is that you all society that are just the peasants, the high civilians, you just get trapped in the traumas of the people that were before you occupying the same space. And through that, a lot of false narratives about the people that really understand this reality and this life. You project into, like this person projects into me her traumas and her reality. And when you keep doing that mistake, the most likely to happen is that the people in power will end up not caring more about you and leaving you behind the evolution and development of the world and civilization. Like any healthy person will do, same one-to-one, peer-to-peer. Okay, you fall into this delusional mind state. I will not carry you in my shoulders and walk you through the desert, no matter who you are, no, because then I also will die for doing a work for somebody that is not worth it to do it and will not even participate in that this gets done, and just will be an obstacle to finish it, in the sense of the metaphor of the desert, because you are sick in your mind, you are not capable to live in the reality. It's the same that Nietzsche said in the also sprach Zarathustra. Is like when Zarathustra understood, I don't need dead people in that sense. I need living people, living friends. That's what I need. That's what Zarathustra finds out. He's talking about these first fathers, of course. He's making a philologist study of human condition and shit. And of course, he imagine, okay, there was some guy that really lived this in the pragmatic historical frame where before everything we just see that now in culture, in stories, in songs, in an automated presentation and way, before there was a moment when this get created from zero. When there was a guy that, when everybody was in there, like Polybius described it, in the first stage of Polybius is that everybody's in the ecstasy. They don't recognize anything. They are just there, drop out in the Dasein, like Heidegger said. They drop out in the existence and they know nothing. So there was a guy that saw all these people in the drop out of existence, and that drop out was already having a structure when everybody was not understanding. Some guy was jumping from a roof, another person was juggling with objects, and another 2, 3 guys were fucking in front of everybody in the streets. Other people was eating shit with the pigs. Some guy was talking some stories about his person to others in front of everybody. And suddenly there was only one person that was able to see the structure of it and start naming it and start giving it a meaning and proving the meaning according to the physicality of it. And then that guy was the father of civilization, pretty much. That guy exists also. But okay, in that sense, I like the part of the commenting the comments, to read the comments that I make in the post that other people does. In the case of the babies, when a baby is crying, never get stressed, because once you get stressed, just because you think the baby is suffering, you will stop communicating with reality. Not just that, you will transmit that emotional state to the baby automatically. For the people that will say, no, this should not be done. Like the other idiot in the lake. Don't record that we don't do in German. No, because you're a fucking coward. Because you cannot even talk truth. Because you just make narratives to hide the real identity that you are. But you like to comment what you think about other people with other persons. So it's the same. And actually, once you have accepted an open interaction, the proof of it is of the public in that sense. If you accept to confront a person, the story of your confrontation is not only yours, it's also of the person. It doesn't just belong to your image. If you want privacy, you want peace, then know your position. Respect yourself. Don't enter in the personal privacy of another individual. Don't try to interrupt the individual freedom of other individuals. It's as simple as that. Once you do and trespass that criteria, then everything you do does not belong to you anymore. That is the reality. You don't want to be recorded. Don't try to face a person that is using his phone to record himself in a voice message in a lake. It's very simple. Again, because I wasn't recording them, so like these people even is funny in that matter, because they even want to hide themselves. They want to protect their ego, telling that what you're telling is just your truth. It's not the truth. It's not what everybody should accept, because it has no refutation. Nobody can say no to it. Like the wood is burning. That is the truth. Nobody can say the wood is not burning if the wood is burning. Nobody can invent any other narrative or story about it, right? But for them that is possible. For them that exists, and they say no, but in my truth, like this stupid character, that at the end, for what I know, how I know the Latino is by itself. I guess the owners of all these broadcasting shows, series, comical producers, they just do it because of that. Also, they make fun of the people they hire, and they hire the people to make fun of them. Like, God bless America. And there was this character who is called Niurka Marcos. She was like, no, but in my truth, o sea, en mi verdad. That was a comical meme of those times, where memes still don't exist, but they were the memes. That's the point. So these guys are like that, and they live in Germany. They say, no, but that is your truth. Sure. Like, despite of what you can see or not, and despite you can understand there is a lot of people looking you as a fucking stupid person, you can go to your house and believe that it's okay. It's not even relevant that you know that others know that you are being looked like a stupid, ignorant person. That your life will not be worth it to be lived by nobody. That no child should be like you, neither learn from you anything, literally, because it will just fall into your same delusional mind state and will be sick as you, pretty much. And you were drowning, you will like somebody to learn how you are, what you've been doing in your life. You really want them to self-destroy themselves or get to a worse position they were before. You can see how the society have always go to a worse position of what it was before. That has a origin, that has a cause consequence, like everything I've been describing. Okay, yeah, the video will be a little bit long.